And he got some cold ass lawyers that he working with, some appellate lawyers, some lawyers that's like really out there. And I said, damn, man, I'm happy for him because look, if he don't get the right lawyers, he's going to prison. But they said he got appellate lawyers. He got motherfucking lawyers that can help you do shit with you trying to get your bond. He got lawyers that be doing shit on death row. It's like this nigga got lawyers that be helping people that be on death row. So he basically got the best lawyers you could buy. And he did this so that he could make sure that he beat this case. You know what I'm saying? Is he gonna beat it? Nobody knows. But OJ beat his case. And they said that OJ had DNA lawyers, he had race lawyers, he had lawyers for appeals. And that's what that whole dream team is about. And the little lady was saying that in order for somebody to win a case like Diddy case, because you got so many people accusing him, over 120 people accusing him in the especially inside the what they call that thing, not the criminal case, but the civil case. So they said they got a lot of people driving reckless at him, and they was like that. In order for him to beat something like this, all these lawyers got to work with each other because in order for them to get an appeal, they got to realize what part of the situation in court will need to be appealed. And then they said in order for them to get the lawyer to identify these things, that he need an experts to be in a courtroom and hear it happening. And that's the only way something like that could work because they've never really had it where one lawyer that's an appeal lawyer also knows how to do uh, um, bond shit, perhaps, or a trial lawyer might not know how to do appeals. You know what I'm saying? So each person is like an expert in a particular situation. They don't really know how they can do it if they needed to, but if you got your life on the line, you don't need nobody trying to figure some shit out the first weekend. You need a motherfucker that's an expert in their area, and so they hiring these people who's like really dope. They was like dealing with some of the major people in the game. His lawyer that he got working with, um, his main lawyer is like some lady named Garagos, and she's like this other dude daughter. And he's like got Chris Brown off on cases. I seen him being interviewed in like CNN and shit like that, and people interviews him. But this is his daughter, and they say his daughter is going to be able to. She's fighting the case, but she's always helped or been a lawyer on sexual assault cases, sexual harassment cases for big high end people, and she's always done shit like that. So they was like, it's good for her to be his lawyer. So it's just really crazy how, you know what I'm saying, that what money can buy you. I guess he look at it like if y'all ain't gonna take this 50 million to get me out of jail, I just pay these lawyers. And then these lawyers gonna come in here and do their job and make sure I don't sit my ass in prison forever because they ain't trying to let bro out that motherfucker. They got him they got him hemmed up and it's like he was supposed to got that bond, but they told him ain't no bond. And so that's hard to hear. That's hard to deal with too. It's like, damn, ain't no bond. What the fuck y'all mean? They're like, nah, you stuck in here. And then could you imagine sitting in jail for 2 years before you actually go to court? Man, that'll run me crazy. And it's like, man, you got the money. See, a lot of people be in jail, they don't have the money. They can't do it. It's like the people be like, yo, you need 2,000, you need 5,200, you need 3,000. You ain't got no money sitting around the crib like that. So basically, jail be mostly like, let me get on the phone and see who I can call and be like, yo, you got extras? Like, can you? My girl gonna come over there and pick that $80 up. We just trying to get this bond. And so, for somebody to have an insurmountable amount of money, they're gonna have to play you like that money means nothing. And there's not many places in the world where money means nothing except the federal government and where who actually prints the money. So it's like hit real crazy. But the allegations against him are so heinous that people believe that his judge wouldn't give him a bond. That no matter how many people he have to go in there and try to come at that judge about giving him a bond, they ain't gonna do it because they feeling like with his level of power that they feel like Diddy's going to be able to threaten people and make people feel like it's a threat, even if he just get free. Forget the fact that he calling somebody or coming to their crib just to know that he's out of jail is gonna make people be like, man, I don't think I'm gonna come to court. I don't think I want to go and fuck with him and be testifying against him. And so they feel like that is a threat enough for people. You know what I'm saying? And if you're a billionaire, you know you got power over people. So I don't know. I don't know if Diddy want to sit up there and play with them people and make them think that he gonna do something that he shouldn't be doing. You know what I'm saying? But his lawyers and shit should be able to get him out of there. I do believe that for him to not have no cases like that already ahead, you know, they supposed to look at shit like that. Your priors, you know what I'm saying? He beat everything that he ever been accused of. He never sat down. He never did no time. You know what I'm saying? He might not have been somebody who people liked and shit, but he never did no crime where he had to set his ass down. So they gotta show some kind of respect on that. They can't just sit you down and be like, yeah, everybody don't like you, so you gotta sit in here. It's not like that. It's like you gotta have the respect of saying that I ain't never been in jail, I ain't never had no crimes. Y'all can't play with me, and they know it. But they'll play with you. You know they'll play with you because they can. You dealing with them. So millions of dollars don't really mean nothing. But it is what it is. I'm cutting up my little stuff real quick. So my people posted up in the back. But anyway, I just feel like though that I don't think that $50 million is not going to go too. I think his $50 million is going to go far because you know if he ain't got to give it to the government, it's a bunch of lawyers who will line right up, pick that up, and use it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, bring that to my firm. I tell you right now, we're gonna beat this case. You know what I'm saying? I remember that one dude was like that when you go to the federal case, you know, especially in a situation like him, he's such a celebrity that they keep you locked in your cell like 22, 20 hours a day. And so that's a long time, especially when you're rocking and rolling, hitting skis on the water, flying, jetting, you know, that's a lot of time to yourself. And I don't think Diddy no scary nigga or nothing like that. But you know, just sitting in the room by yourself all the fucking time is gonna run you crazy. So they say they gave him a roommate, and there's some white dude who was locked up for cryptocurrency. He did some shit in cryptocurrency, and I guess it got him locked up. But the new lawyer that Diddy got is his lawyer. They got the same fucking lawyer now. So it seemed like whoever his roommate was or his inmate, his cellmate was, dude was in there like, yeah, I heard about you. But look, my lawyer like this, and she one of them killers. So take some of that dough and hit her up. Because that'll make the government kind of feel kind of like they got to step up on their game. If you got all these high powered lawyers and shit, and they able to you know what I'm saying, fight and hear every word you saying and know exactly what the response is to say behind those words. Like these are dope ass lawyers. They can be judges, they so called. The lawyers are already millionaires. They don't even need any money. They already have millionaire clients and shit already in their life. So they like, yo, we'll murder this damn case. You know what I'm saying? But we're really only hearing it from the media and we only hearing it from the government perspective, you know, they naming all the stuff about him. But one of these lawyers just said something, and she said that in a say it's a case that's going on, and it's just two people, like one person versus another person. Then they said that old cases can't be brought up. So, say for instance, if one guy did something to a girl, and then she was suing him or trying to get him locked up, then they can't go to court and be like, yeah, he also did it to this girl, he did it to that girl, he did it to this girl, because they call that prejudicial or some shit like that, where everything is going to be weighed against this dude. So he only gonna go to court for that particular situation. Like that one girl who he did something for too, and then she called the cops, and now he got to go to court only for that one situation. They can't bring up like five other situations that he's been caught. Even if he probably did it, even if he went to court for that shit, they can't bring those scenarios up. But they was like in this particular case with Diddy, they gonna try to add all that shit on there and be like, yeah, well, it's 100 people accusing you. All 100 of y'all gonna come to court right now and tell the people what Diddy did to you. Well, that's gonna make it prejudicial against him. So it's gonna be like if 100 people all come in here claiming I did some shit, how is the fucking jury gonna go against them? They're gonna be like, oh my God, that lady cried, or that man said this happened to him. He was dressed like this. I kind of do believe what he was saying. So it really is supposed to be one person against one person. But if it's this many of a group and they try to slam dunk Diddy and make all these people come against him, then they saying that that's setting him up for a great appeal because you can't really have that many people coming against one person. You know what I'm saying? It's just there's no way for that person to have a legitimate trial because it's 12 against one or 14 against one. It's like how the hell can you beat that? There's no way to really beat that. And like that lawyer said, she said, if say for instance, if a person go to court and they got like 40 counts against them, she was like, she tell her clients, look, I could beat this one, I could beat that one, I might even can beat this third one. But all 40 counts, there's no way you're going to be able to beat 40 counts because it's just too many ways for the table to tilt. And say you beat three, and then now all of a sudden the judge, I mean, the jury been listening to more and more evidence against you. Well, now they brain kind of switching a little bit. It's like, well, okay, he did do that, and I understood, but he did this too, and then after that, he went there. Plus, he called the girl to. Oh, wait, hold on. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, a lot of times, it's like a lot of times like that where they put so many counts against you that you can't even beat it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna lose something. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that, and that's a little bit how they got Diddy. He actually only got three counts, but it's like 300 people. And it's early. It's 100 people already. So you imagine he only been locked up 2 weeks. Could you imagine when 2 months go by, when a year go by, when it's gonna get close to his trial, and how many more people be then piled on and woke up in the middle of the night like Diddy? Oh yeah, I remember going to a party with him, and I had to use the bathroom, and all I knew is he came in there, and you never know how people memories is if it's true or not. This their experience. Well, we know I wasn't there. I don't even know Diddy, none of that stuff. But I'm just saying, a lot of these people come out against you, and it just seemed like the table just is too much to overwhelm. But he got money, and he got crazy money. $1 billion. Imagine that. You got $1 billion and you sitting in prison. Like it's nowhere to spend it. It's nowhere to go. So all you need is to go find somebody to give it to. That's why lawyers is the first ones on the list. Like, hey, how much you got left? I take some of that. Whether you win or lose, you got to pay me. So you can see where Diddy probably want to use that money to fight for his freedom, and that's the same thing that O.J. Simpson did. He made sure he had lawyers that was going to be able to fight for different elements of the case. Like they said, the lady was like, he had a lawyer that was good at race. You know what lawyer that was? Big old Johnny Cochran. Rest in peace. Then he had lawyers that was going to be good with being in a trial, just talking along with a trial. Then he had lawyers that was good with, you know what I'm saying, evidence, like what was found, you know what I'm saying, DNA. So it's like all of this stuff is like what you have to do. But I'm sure when you in the world, you don't even know you're gonna need all these people. You know what I'm saying? And most people don't have that. If the state pop up a DNA expert, your lawyer ain't gonna know how to fucking respond back to that kind of evidence and say, well, what machine did you use? What series was that machine? What just the last time it was inspected? You ain't gonna be able to come up with stuff like that. They do that kind of shit in movies. Your lawyer gonna be like, look, man, they got a DNA dude up there, and all I can say is that, and you sitting back like, I wish I had more money. So I think that Diddy gonna end up fighting the hell out this case, but I kind of feel in a lot of ways that he's going to be able to beat it. I just don't see him going down. And I do understand all this sexual assault shit is crazy, and it seems so sick that the stuff that they're accusing him of. But like I said, I just don't see people being forced to come to a party. I can see people going to a party and maybe somebody try to jump you or hurt you or it get crazy or a fight come off, and whatever, a fire happen, a fucking ground cave in, whatever the fuck happens. You know what I'm saying? But it's not necessarily where somebody's at your house forcing you to get up, come out here, you come into the party. I don't give a damn how you feel. And when you get there, not only was you just there, but now you got to take your pants down and put baby oil all over you. And then I don't even imagine when the baby oil pop out and you be like, hey, I'm allergic to that. I'm leaving. Like, whatever. Like, it's just this baby oil out and everybody becoming a trance. Like, must have baby oil all over my body. Like, where the fuck is this at? Now they trying to say that there must be some kind of drugs inside the baby oil because it makes no sense why big grown ass people be walking around P. Diddy Mansion waiting for some fucking baby oil to pop out. You know what I'm saying? Like he like, man, in the crib, like, boy, I don't give a fuck what they say. Y'all can talk shit about my party, but that baby oil, man, that's what the fuck they here for. They want baby oil, man. Order some more. Order some more. I don't believe none of that's happening. You know what I'm saying? But what do we know? We ain't celebrities. We don't know what the fuck is like if you live in LA past 20 years or 5 years. Maybe something do switch, and you start thinking like, you know what? I don't want nothing else but some baby oil and some tacos from them taco trucks. You never know what it's like. You never know. But I know that, you know what I'm saying, these people going crazy on them, and all these victims and shit. Somebody's like a 9-year-old kid, some kid told me he was trying to make it in the music industry, and P. Diddy popped out on him talking about some getting sexual and freaky and all this shit. He's a little kid. And I'm like, see, some of this shit is too far fetched. Because you got now, I got to start thinking about me. Wait a minute. I was fucking with P. Diddy at 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, like 30, 35, 35. This my man. Like, in like what they call it, media or entertainment. Like, yeah, this guy wasn't a pedophile. Like, what the fuck? Now I got to look at myself. Like, you was fucking rocking with a damn pedophile all this time. Like, this nigga was like a hip hop mogul. He was bringing some of the dopest artists into the music industry since I can remember. Like, when I was a kid, P Diddy was so big that like I think we was like 18. Like so that we was 18. So P Diddy was like 22, 24, right? He's like 6 years older than me, maybe 5 years older than me, or whatever, 3 years older than me. Whatever. He 54, so he's 3 years older than me. So we was like 18. So let's say he was 21. So P Diddy started popping out a look. He had the baggy pants. He had the black boots. He had like whatever. I think he had like a jacket on. This like we was like 18, and so we would see him in the music videos. Now, by we ain't had no money to buy no damn clothes. But when you got clothes, you was up in there trying to buy that shit. We was looking for those boots. We was looking for that. This is New York. They had Timberlands and all that shit, but it wasn't like prevalent like that in Chicago. So you had to go around and find that kind of shit. And if Sears would be the closest thing that had a Timberland, especially something you can afford. So now you get as close as you can get to that look. Well, this is like hip hop, so it wasn't like out in TV or nobody said this, but this is just how we was trying to live at that time. We was young, and then Jodeci came out, which was a singing group, but P Diddy had made them. That they was his group. Well, before Jodeci came out, it was a rapper named Father MC, and he was the one who literally embodied the look. So we had thought that P Diddy got the look from him because he was the person that was out front and P Diddy was behind the scenes. You really didn't know who P Diddy was at that time. So then Father MC came out. He had his time for a minute, and then Jodeci came out. But Jodeci got fucking amazingly big. You know exactly who Jodeci is. But they was a singing group. But they was dressed and looked exactly like P Diddy. You know, the first beginning of their music coming out, they was from North Carolina. So when they came out, he put them in the clothes, his look, which was P Diddy look, and I'm talking about the entire motherfucking country started dressing like that. It just was a wave. P Diddy had got so big by just how he looked. It fucked music, fucked dancing. That was a part of it too. But his just the look he had, this body look, you know, this the way he dressed, and everybody wanted to fucking dress like that. So eventually it became the way people looked. It just at a time everybody had looked like that. You know what I'm saying? We all dressed like that. And we was damn near singing Jodeci songs, you know, because it wasn't necessarily off of P Diddy that we was dressing like that. It was because of Jodeci. They became this major fucking singing group, but we knew that they was coming from P Diddy. We knew that, and then Mary J. Blige came from him. Just we knew the artist that was coming from his lineage, which was Bad Boy. You know, what's the other guy who came out before him? Craig Mack. Craig Mack didn't really dress like that. He did, but not necessarily like that. And then who was the other? Biggie. Biggie dressed like that, but Biggie didn't always dress like that. So P Diddy had his own look. And then this was already etched in our mind, official, when he came out with Sean John, which was a clothing line. And then it was like, yeah, that's right, because P Diddy had all us dressing like him. You know, when we were younger, I probably was like maybe 24 when the Sean John kicked out. So now I'm a grown man. So it's like you go in the store, you can go to Macy's. It's in Macy's. Well, Macy's wasn't a store at that time. It was called Marshall Fields. So you go in Marshall Fields, it's right there. Carson's is right there. It's like, damn, this nigga shitting in the store. We young as fuck walking around in his P. Diddy fucking shit in the store. I mean, his name wasn't P. Diddy at that time. It was Puffy. So I'm just saying that we had this time with just at this guy and watching this person in our brains and in our life, but never did we think one time he a pedophile. It's just it would be so crazy. It would be just like right now if somebody popped out and started saying, I've been dating Jay-Z for 3 years, and it's a man. Me and Jay Z been in a relationship, and he started popping photos. You'd be like, wait a minute, huh? Wait a minute, what the fuck? It would be so shocking to you. You'd be like, wait, so Jay Z was gay all the time I was listening to his music? I never would imagine that. But it would just be shocking. Maybe he was, maybe he not. It would be shocking, is what I'm saying. So when they started saying P. Diddy was messing with a 9-year-old kid, it's like, what the fuck they talking about? You know what? And then it's almost like, if he was, why would you tell your parents? Why would you tell your mother? Why would you not even fucking write a book, write a tell all, do a YouTube, do what the fuck you mean? This person did this to you, and then you just became a grown man and forgot about it until this thing happened. But I mean, you don't know how people take and what they call it, grieve or whatever. It's just different strokes for different folks. But it's just kind of hard to fathom that. Yeah, you know. And I was saying to somebody, I said, I remember P Diddy was bringing out some of the most gangster rappers, like the toughest niggas you could think of. Like when we wasn't from New York, so it was like the rappers came out, you see what they was presenting, and you like, yeah, that nigga doing it right. I like what he doing. And these was P Diddy artists. So now you telling me that these niggas was around this nigga where he was squeezing baby oil all over motherfuckers and messing with kids? It's just hard to fathom. That don't mean it wasn't, but it's just like, damn, why was I not seeing this? You know what I'm saying? Like we was just looking at this guy like he was a. I remember when old boy jumped on a radio. I mean, on a award show, and nobody knew it was gonna happen. But then he said, "Yeah, and for that motherfucker dancing all in the rail, dancing all, yeah, you ain't got to deal with that no more. Come over to death row." If you pay attention to that moment inside that show, we was all sitting in the house watching it. It was quiet. It had got fucking empty, quiet. And everybody, because it was so shocking because of the way how we had looked at P. Diddy. It's like what he was doing was entertaining us. We knew he wasn't no singer. We knew he wasn't no rapper. But what he was doing was entertaining us. It wasn't no nigga doing what he was doing in the rap. It was all the hard niggas, tough niggas making music, and it was that. But then you got this one nigga from New York. He got the clothes, he dressing the way motherfuckers we want to dress to get girls. We was young, and then he dancing and kicking it because he was giving us the dance moves. And at this time, you going to the fucking clubs, you at the nighttime parties, and you doing the fucking moves that the nigga was doing in the rap videos. It's just you're young, you're not thinking in your future. You're just thinking of today. So it's a fucking music video. Come on, you outside. The next day, you doing a dance. It's just what life was. I remember when Humpty was out. Or what was this other guy? Pee Wee Herman. It was the fucking dances of your youth. It wasn't nothing you thought about, like, you know, in your future. But then they could take these same people and make it seem like they pariahs today. And it's like in your head, you just got good memories of them. You know, I can remember even when they did it to Bill Cosby. But you know, I guess Bill Cosby was like a little older, obviously a lot older than me, and so it wasn't nothing that I really don't know shit about Bill Cosby, other than just being on the Bill Cosby show when I was a kid, and he was the voice of Fat Albert, the cartoon. That I didn't really watch it too much, but it was on TV as a kid. You know, I knew who he was. My parents liked him. I knew who he was. So, but when all that shit came down the pipeline, like I don't know what the fuck if he was doing some shit like that or not. I didn't really pay attention to him like that. I just know he was like this dude and shit. He didn't act like my father at the crib, but he acted like the dad in a black house. But it just wasn't acting like the daddy I knew at home. But you know, well, that was TV. My father wasn't on TV. So then you fast forward, they did all that shit to him, so you understood what was happening. But when now you talk about Diddy, which is somebody who I actually watched and paid attention to for 30 years, it's like snap of a finger. Okay, look at him different. So the same pictures we was looking at, like, oh shit, they was kicking it that night. Now you're looking at them pictures like, why that nigga arm shiny right there? Could that be baby oil? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't even know if any of this shit is like the truth, but it's like that's the way the media is us telling us to look at stuff and pay attention to it. But don't know if y'all know, but Diddy was trying to start his own black political party, which he said is already started. He said, I started my own black political party, and it's going to be coming out soon. Y'all going to know about it. Y'all going to hear about it. Diddy said, he said, so I want y'all to get ready to just pay attention to it because I'm going to have my own political party. He said, my job was to put the money up. He said, and that's what I did. I put the money up for it. So we got our own black political party. He said that the people out there have not been looking out for us. They haven't been putting up no information saying, look, we want to make sure that black people get this or reparations or nothing. He said, even if you look at the debates, they're not talking to us. And they're not. And so about a month or two, or even less after he did that viral video, which you'll see it right now on YouTube, that he talked about his own black political party that he put the money up for. And imagine this, a black man put his own money up for a political party, but this black man got $1 billion. So that means he can actually take some money out of his billion and pay for that and still stay a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? That they not gonna let that shit happen. So it's the same way when at one point years ago when Michael Jackson tried to own Sony. And then you saw what happened to him, or even Bill Cosby when I was younger. They say he was trying to own NBC. And then back at that time, they had some girl popped out on TV saying she was his father or some shit like that. And she was supposed to be some scandal. It was all over TV when I was a kid. Some black girl was saying she was his father, but ultimately they put the girl in jail or some shit like that. It was some weird shit that happened. And then after that, that happened to him years down the line when we was grown ups. But Bill Cosby, he got locked up for like 2, 3 years, then he overturned it. So even with P Diddy go down with three charges of a RICO, and he the only person charged in a RICO. Most times RICO happens because there's other people involved. But they try to use his workers, the people who work for him, to say that that was a part of his RICO. But that's kind of flimsy because if you had a person that worked for you and you said, "Hey, call these people, set up a flight, and do this." Well, how could that turn into a criminal fucking moment? It's a part of your job. Your job was to call some people and tell them to do this. You know what I'm saying? So I guess the prosecutor's going to say, "Okay, when they arrive, did you see baby oil at the airport? Did you see baby oil in their bags? Did you see baby oil?" And like, I didn't see none of that shit. So it's like, how are they going to connect the workers in cahoots when that job is to work for P. Diddy and do whatever fuck he say do. So that's what the job is. You know what I'm saying? So I guess they're gonna have to coach them into saying, and when I made the phone call, I knew it was for another freak off. When I said, "Who do you want? 13C or 13B?" Like how they gonna fucking make all of this connect? You know what I'm saying? But it's gotta be a way because he's sitting in the Bing right now and ain't no exit. Ain't no bond. $50 million can't do it. He didn't get out of here, Bali, with Russell Simmons. Could you imagine Russell Simmons hitting him, saying, "What are you still doing there, bro? You need to go now. Get out now." He like, "Man, bro, you tweaking, man. They not finna bother me, man. Ain't none of this shit true. Forget Jaguar Wright. Forget academics, man. Just get offline. I ain't even on the internet. I don't even look at none of that shit. I be at the crib. I'm chilling, man. Me and my kids, man, we chilling up in here, man. Look, hey, Sam, everybody say hi to Uncle Russell, man." Uncle Russell, why he upside down, Daddy? Well, he stand on his head. He do yoga at this time of night. And it's 4 p.m. in Bali. But he just he don't really be thinking like you. I don't know if I would have had $1 billion, I would have got the shit out of here quick as fuck. Because as a black man, just learning the history, you learn history and all this shit. I studied the fuck out of history in school. I studied that shit. I loved it. I said, as a black man, when they grab you, they got you. It's no letting go. That's the game. And if you grew up in the hood, you've seen this. You've seen this with you. It might even happen to somebody in your family. You've seen that when they locked up 30 other dudes in your neighborhood, they came home. Then they locked up one or two of them, or four or five of them, and they never came home again. You saw them when you was grown. You a taste of Chicago. Somebody walked up to your ass like, "Hey, what's up, man?" You like, "What's up? What's going on? Who are you?" "It's me, boy. You remember me, mate?" Hugging you like, "I don't know who the fuck this nigga. Who are you, man?" "Oh, we used to hang out, man. It's me, Trey. We was hanging out." "Wait, Trey from when I was 11? What the fuck?" "Well, I got locked up and shit, nigga." "Oh, fuck, 28 years? For real?" My God. You thinking about your own life, like, whoa, shit, the hell was I doing for the last 28 fucking years? It's true. It happens. They grab motherfuckers and they don't let them go. And then somebody like P. Diddy getting snatched up and getting held like that, it's like, oh, fuck. You could see it. It's like, they might not never let that nigga out of there. Federal crime? And they arrested you? It probably won't let them out. It's like you there. It's it. Even Bill Cosby had a state crime. Even Bill Cosby was locked up in the state. You know what I'm saying? But R. Kelly and him, they locked up in the feds. So it's like you might be stuck, buddy. They don't even give you years. They don't even tell you like, yeah, 29 years. They give you months in there. 137 months. You gotta go back there and start calculating. 12 divided by carry the three. It's like that's what they give you. Like it's serious. It's different. You know what I'm saying? So and then for him to be Like, I don't know what shit he had been saying. Like, what did he think about that moment? Yeah, man, I'm finna make this video about this political party. Don't nobody even know about it, but they need to know. We're in a political moment right now. We finna all do this president shit. Let me tell the people what's going on with my political party thing. Yo, y'all, I got our own political party. And he popped that his in and uploaded that shit to the internet. And within a month, his ass sitting in prison. Are those two things connected? Who would fuck would know? Who would know? I don't think nobody would know for certainty. And then you also got the element of him having to sue the company Diageo, that company with the liquor. A lot of people were saying a few weeks ago that that's the reason why he was locked up, because he sued them for not giving the correct advertisement or marketing behind his liquor that he had through them. And by not doing that, he sued them and said, "Y'all doing this. I helped y'all pull with Bill Ciroc up, and now y'all give me my own shit, and you're not gonna help me push it out there." So he sued them, won, got paid, and then everything came down the pipeline because Cassie popped out right behind that, and he just paid her the next day and was like, "Look, 30 million, get out my face." But they always said good. They always say don't do that, and you could all see now in the scheme of life why it's not important or good to just pay the person trying to sue you, because it opens the floodgates. And with it being 8 billion people on the planet, if you met P. Diddy, you can probably get right now and say, I met P. Diddy. I did meet P. Diddy one time, but it was like when I was like 29, and I didn't meet him. I'm lying. He walked past me at fucking a nightclub. So that's not fucking, and we wasn't even in the nightclub. We was outside. So it was like I met him. But I did see Baby Oil, and I felt dizzy. No, it sounds funny, but when I woke up, I was naked, and nobody was there. And can I finish my fucking story? All I saw was a bad boy tape. I couldn't reach it. I could not reach it because I had to find my clothes. So I got up. I didn't even bring the baby oil bottle because I didn't even know it was connected. Could you imagine if I had that baby oil bottle right now? I would have been able to get my $1 million today. I could go walk in there right now and be like, "Look, if you look right here, it said expire 2001. This nigga been baby oil party since man." But I messed up. I didn't bring it. So y'all got to let me know why y'all never attended no P. Diddy parties. And if you did you see Baby Oil? And do you think he gonna sit in prison? Oh, you know what the biggest question is? Do they have Baby Oil on commissary? That nobody is asking that question. I think it's a bigger question that needs to be asked. Is it commissary in a fucking jail? And who the fuck got it? Is 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 Baby Oil more important than cigarettes? We got to get down to the bottom of this shit, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section.